Hello. I was just here to talk to you guys who tell me that you don't have enough time to do the self-care routine that you want or the work on yourself that you'd like to do. We have these busy lives. We're so busy. We do so many things every day, all day. We have all these responsibilities, but who has time to do meditation? Who has time to do work on themselves? Well, what I tend to hear is this big description as to why you didn't do it. Well, I didn't get around to it because you tell me all the reasons why you're not able to get it done, why you're not able to incorporate it into your life. And then these details go into, elaborate stories and descriptions of all of the things that have happened in your life and all of the reasons why you're not able to get to it, all of the timelines, all of the interruptions, all these reasons you want to, but you can't, and how you're a victim of circumstance and other people, etc. Maybe you even explain to me, why you aren't where, you want to be, and using these things as an excuse. Saying that you do want to be in one place, but actually sitting there giving me all the reasons as excuses as to why you're not in that place yet is stuckness, right? I like to call it stuckness. You're just kind of spinning your wheels in the mud. Imagine a rear-wheel drive vehicle without four-wheel drive getting stuck in the mud. That's kind of where you're at when you're telling the same story of the same thing that's happening over and over again as to why you can't meditate, why you can't take time out for a self-care routine or a spiritual practice, or to do work on yourself, to journal, to dig deeper into the reasons why you continue the patterns that you're in, stuff like that. So the longer the details of this story become, the more it becomes a barrier. And continuing to talk about those details creates more excuses and drags it out. So a lot of the times when somebody is describing something to me in a therapy session, I don't listen to your details. I mean, sometimes I do, especially if it's specific traumas and I'm listening to all the details around it that might be relevant for us to release something. But a lot of the times, all the details I filter through, just magically filter until boom, I see your real excuse, the real reason as to why you're not able to do it. And it shows. Through all of the other things you're saying, whatever the truth is will show up. Oh, there it is. I'm afraid that I might hear something I don't want to hear from my own self in a meditation, thereby having to not be able to ignore it anymore and then having to change my life. Okay, yeah, that's one good reason why I wouldn't want to sit in anything like that either, right? If I'm not willing to change and I'm not willing to choose a different behavior to create a different outcome, then I'm not going to go within. I'm not going to have time for self-care. I'm not going to have time to do meditation and go within and journal because, awareness might hit me right in the face. So even when it does, and you are aware of the issue, take it a step further, then you tell me all the reasons and excuses as to why you can't take an action and do anything about it. And I sift through that because usually that's all crap. But it's all leading back to what you're afraid of. So I can't do it because blah, 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 blah. But what's the fear? If you make the change, what's the fear about making the change, about taking the action? There's always a fear with change. And it's either, I'm afraid I'll feel guilty. I'm afraid that people are going to look at me differently and they're going to see me differently. I'm afraid that I'm going to lose people or lose connection. So, there are fears at the end of the day from inside that are old, and they're based on beliefs that you have about life and about what's going to happen, usually based on the past experience. Because our brains are so intelligent that they know how to access a past memory in order to predict a future event. But that's not helpful. That isn't helpful for us as a human soul. Our brain's doing its job, but you're not your brain. So you got to observe when your brain's doing that and say, no, I'm sorry, that's not what I want. That's not what I want to continue doing. Taking time to do a meditation allows you to be able to watch the brain instead of go down the rabbit hole with it, if that makes sense. So if you want to gain progress in life and move forward, and I just want to get out of this. I just want to be different. I just want this. I just want that. Then you have to be still and go within. All the moves you're going to make on the outside are never going to bring you the answers that you need and clearing out any of the barriers to getting that thing that you want. But if you're too afraid to break through and to experience something different, which might for a second be uncomfortable, then you're never going to get there, and you might as well stop complaining. You might as well just not say a word to anybody, because you're just going to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. So today, take one step that's a little comfortable for you to say, let me at least say, hey, today I'm going to address my fear of changing this. Or I would like to go into meditation, so I'm only going to go into it for 5 minutes instead of an hour. Just to begin some kind of spiritual practice if you want that change. So good luck with that. Let me know. I have a super cool mini meditation course that I'm going to have available for download on July 30th. And it should take you through all those things if you're interested.